Colin Brown here from gettingbowling.com. And hey, welcome back to another edition of Wise Word Wednesdays where we go in and we talk about specific topics about credit, about finances, and about getting you into your first home this year. So let's kick it off, man. So today's topic we're going to be talking about is credit repair a scam? Is the whole industry of a credit repair business? All right, so let's jump into it. So first off, let's just answer the question right away, right? Let's just answer the question. Is credit repair a scam? Yes or no? The answer, of course, is absolutely not. Credit repair in itself is not a scam. Now, you can have someone that performs credit repair or alleges to perform credit repair, and they, in effect, they are a scammer. But of course, the entire industry, or if you have a credit repair company, you're not scamming people, you're not a fraud, or you're not cheating people if done correctly, legally, and ethically, and even morally. Okay, so let's talk about that. So first thing I want to touch on is uh, I'm going to talk about what a scam is and what is a fraud. And then I'm going to tell you different things that you can look for so you will know if you are being scammed or frauded. So I can help you to never have that happen to you. And then we're going to talk about is my company a scam? Because I own a credit repair company, right? So uh, let's get into it. So, like I said, first thing, what is a scam? So, a scam here, I have this definition. A scam is a dishonest scheme or fraud. And we know fraud means deception. So, what that means is you are being scammed or someone is a fraud or you are being frauded when you pay for a service or product that you do not receive according to what the company said they were going to give you in return for your money. So, or if you don't get anything at all. So, I've heard so many horror stories. I hate every time I hear this, I just hate it. Where I have clients come up and they sign up in my program, but they told me before that they had someone tell them that they were doing credit repair and they just simply did not, and they just took all of their money. I hate to hear that anytime I hear that. So, that's what a fraud is. You got scammed if someone told you I'm going to do X, Y, and Z to your credit reports and they never did anything at all. Now that is different from if you sign up for a program and you don't get favorable results or you just don't like something about the program or what have you. That's completely different from being scammed. And I'm making this distinction because I do see a lot of people throw out the word scam very, very loosely. And, um, from the beginning of time, people have not been satisfied with different services that the other person in that specific program was satisfied with services. So I'm saying that to say that's different. That's not a scam or you're not being frauded or the company or the person, the individual is not a fraud. So just wanted to throw that out there again. That word is thrown around very loosely nowadays. So I just had to tell you what the difference is. So next, let's talk about different things that you can look out for. All right. So one thing I will say to look out for, and we're talking about credit repair scams. One thing is how are they taking payments? Um, how are they doing uh, Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, um, things of that nature, where it's a lot easier to kind of, anybody to take payments? Or do they have a merchant account, which is much harder to get? And normally you have to have a company established to get a merchant account. And what I mean by merchant account is that you can take credit card and debit card payments or even take payments from the bank ACH payments, when a payment comes directly out of your checking or savings account. So those are much harder to get. So that doesn't mean you cannot be scammed if someone has a merchant account, but it is less likely that that will happen. And this also doesn't mean if someone takes PayPal or Cash App or Venmo that they are a scammer. I'm not saying that either. It's just more likely to be. Especially look at the amount that they're charging you. Are they charging you, um, you know, and this really depends on region. So this is not 100% indication either. But in my region, if you charge someone, say, $3,500 or $2,000 up front for credit repair services, that's considered expensive here, at least most of the time. And I'm not saying someone can't charge that because a business may provide that much value. Again, but it's just upfront. Is someone charging you $2,500 upfront through Cash App for a service? And another thing, that leads to the second thing because again, everything I'm telling you is things you need to look out for and you need to analyze. I'm not telling you that this means that person is a scammer, but this leads to number two. Number two, for things to look out is how did you come to that company or individual? Did you see an actual company set up, or is it just that person that just all their marketing is statuses on Facebook or Instagram? Do they even have a business page on Facebook and Instagram? Um, do they have a company set up? Could you Google their company's name and something actually pulls up? These are the type of things that you want to look out for. So if I have someone that's charging me a large amount of money through Cash App and they're only writing me through Facebook Messenger and that's it, that's something to examine. Hey, we all have to start somewhere. So I'm not saying again, this means that person is a scammer or they're trying to scam you. That doesn't mean that, but that's just something to look at. Um, and they may just do business that way. So again, this is not 100% way to tell, but these are things you want to look at, okay, and be aware of. Um, so another thing to look out for: do they have a website? Do they have a website? Do they have other things that you can officially track? So again, we all start somewhere. So you may not, that company or individual just may not have a website yet. They could just be starting out. But um, if you take your company seriously, you're probably going to have a website. Um, so one thing I want to mention too is that a lot of people look at the BBB or the Better Business Bureau as a way to see if that company is legitimate or not. But just to let you know, you can pay to have a company listed with BBB. You have to pay to do that. So that's not something that literally makes you legitimate. Um, because you can pay to do so. But again, I'm not saying that if you have one, you are illegitimate. That doesn't mean that either. So these are just certain things you want to look out for. How did the person approach you? Is the only marketing they're doing is on their Facebook, personal Facebook page? Have they been consistent? How long have they been around? How long have they been posting? Could you go back 2, 3 months ago and they weren't even posting about anything and revolving credit or um, anything financial at all, and all of a sudden now they're charging people X and X amount of dollars to do this, and they have no proven records. They don't have results that they posted and people that they're talking to. Um, and you can go back because most of the time you want to be able to go back, 6 to 9 months, years down the road and see that that person has been talking about the same thing, or they have a business page where they've been talking about that. So that's something to keep in mind. And like I said, lastly, let's talk about, is my company a scam? Of course not. It's not. I own Embolden Solutions, the credit restoration company. We've been in business since 2016. It's now 2021. Um, you can go back If you go to Embolden Solutions LLC, the Facebook business page, you can go back years if you wanted to, and you'll see us posting way back when. Way back 2017, 2018, 2019, you'll see that. You'll see that consistently throughout the year, not just one time of the year, all the way throughout. You're going to see testimonials from way out. If you just Google Embolden Solutions LLC, you're going to see at this time of this recording, over 55 plus reviews, on Google. So and to get listed on Google, that's another thing. You have to go through a process to do that. So everyone won't have a Google page. And again, if they don't have one, that doesn't mean they're a scammer at all. They may just not have a Google page. But we have pages with Yahoo, Yelp, everything. If you just Google Embolden Solutions LLC, you'll see, we have many different web pages set up. And we have actual reviews, real people, real results, and real reviews. And we have a website. So you can take a look at all of these things. So the actual service, and last thing I want to touch on, so the service of credit repair is not a scam in itself either, because you have to understand that this is a service. It never fails. Every time I see someone, they'll tag my personal page on Facebook or Instagram or something like that. When someone asks, hey, do you know anyone that performs credit repair or credit restoration? And they'll tag me, and then it never fails. I always see someone in the comments that says, don't pay anybody, you can do it yourself. Even though this is a whole nother topic, a whole nother video, I just want to quickly say, analyze that statement, because any service that exists, you can do yourself. You could even build your own house if you knew how and you had the resources. You can cook your own food, but restaurants exist. You can repair your own car, but auto shops exist. You get what I'm saying? All services can be done by another human being, but could you do it as good as that other human being? Could you do it? Can you restore your credit like Embolden Solutions can restore your credit? Will you have the consistency? Will you have the results? Will you have the knowledge and know-how? Huh? Would you be able to do it in the time that we can? So you get into my program, I may get you here in 6 to 9 months, where it could take you 2, 3, 4, 5 years of trial and error to get to that point, because it took me years to get to where I know how to do these things. So I know, since credit isn't taught in school, we all know that this is not something that everyone knows how to do, at least to a high level. Now, it depends on the person. You may want to just do it yourself. That may be you. I'm not saying everyone needs the service either, but I am saying that millions of people do need the service. They request it and they want it and they see great results. So all credit repair companies are not scammers. They're not a fraud. It's not something that should be looked at as, oh, you can do it yourself, because that goes for anything. It literally goes for any type of service. Okay. So I do not want you guys to be scammed. Please do your due diligence on looking at these individuals and companies that you are getting to hire to work on your credit profile. Again, my company in my program, we have, oh man, we have so many clients that's closing on homes just this year. We've had countless many clients close on homes in the past. I post them. I don't even post all of them, but I post them here and there. You'll see it. You go on my personal Facebook page, you'll be able to see that. You go on our business pages, you'll be able to see that. You go on my website, you'll be able to see that. So just do your due diligence. And we have a merchant account as well. We take credit and debit cards. We don't ask you for your Cash App or PayPal or anything. But anyway, just reflect on those notes. I mean, those notes, those points that we went over, And that's all my time here. So if you looking to improve your credit profile so you can get into a home, so you can get into a car, so you can refinance your home or car that you already have, or you looking to start a business, you need to set up a free consultation and let us perform a free credit analysis on your credit report so we can tell you your weak areas, your strong areas, if you have any, and what you need to improve on, and what we can do to help you get there. We want to bridge that gap from where you are now to where you need to be, okay? Let us do that for you if you need the service. If you don't have time, it's too much for you, let us take care of it for you. We'll take that burden off your back, okay? So you can do that directly on our website at www.getembolden.com. You should see a link associated to this video down below. And of course, if you have any questions, be sure to let me know. And if not, I'll see you guys in the next one.